Hi guys, Austen Thomson here. I'm going to show you a little haircut on this mannequin. We're going to do a haircut that's zero tension through the back. Then we will drop it a little bit longer towards the front. Really classic haircut. But you might also wonder why I'm wearing this kind of creepy white top, but it's just so that against dark hair, you can see it. What we are looking to do is create something that's like easy to manage by the person who's going to be wearing it. Alright, we're taking hair like this and stretching it. You can be stretching the scalp, and if the hair's got any movement, which most of the time people's hair under there does have a bit of movement in it, and it can make it a little bit awkward to get the finish. When we talk about zero tension, it's using the white teeth. It's the white teeth, yeah? And the comb is not flat, it's like horizontal. We pull the hair down, and then we establish our guideline, alright? And then we just build up our sections on top of that. Okay, also what I don't really like to do is put the head forward, because if you put the head forward, cut the line in, when the head comes back up, the curve in the head throws that off and you end up with some weird bulge. We've split the hair down the middle, and now we've got this section through the back. Is on this angle here, we're going to work parallel to that, alright? So comb underneath, scissors underneath. Check the two sides, check it in the middle. Yeah, that looks good. You can also comb down like this, place it over our finger, take out any little, you know, stragglers. Okay, because what you have to consider is that the hair is not fitting in this shape. The head has got a curve on it, okay? So for zero tension hair to sit nicely, what you have to consider is from this roll point here, this hair has to like drop and lie at the same length there. So you have to consider this gap, alright? So you have to consider that gap when you do your zero tension, and that's what zero tension does. It stops you pinching this together, putting it into the head shape, and yeah, so when the angle is like that, what this is doing is it is psychologically establishing what this length is going to be like here. So when we come down here, we know that everything is going to follow that line, alright? In fact, this works really well when we start going up into the hairline and really dealing with hairlines that have got movement in it. But because I want to do another few haircuts on this, I don't want to go like too short yet. Again, same thing, taking into consideration all of that angle there, it's going to become longer towards the front. Alright, and that's your point of reference for visual reference. So here, find the guideline. You see that? Yeah, is it in focus? Ah man, it's focusing on my big nose. Okay, you can see this hair has got like real depth here. So we're not combing it. If you comb hair into the neckline, like this, right, it's going to like puff out, and when it puffs out, it's going to have this, it's just going to be an awkwardness, especially if the hair's got texture in it. Then it just means it's like really hard for the person who wears it to manage. Alright, so same down here, zero tension. Re-establish that natural curve that you want, like this, yeah? Because ultimately this is how we want this shape to sit. We want it to fall naturally and turn under, I would say, for like a bob this length. So there you can see that naturally wants to like turn under, yeah? So obviously we are all stuck in our house just now, so that can be a positive thing if we make it. It's pushing me out my comfort zone to be working on a mannequin in front of a camera, in front of a window where everyone that's walking by is having a look up, because obviously through the day it's fine, but now it's starting to get a little bit darker. It's like Wembley. It's floodlit. so the room is glowing in the dark. Alright, so the same length, just applying like really gentle. What we're looking to create here is a natural way that the hair falls, and then we're putting the structure in so that this is easy for the owner of the hair to be able to be lazy with. People want their hair to look good with as less effort as possible, so that's why it's important that structure and discipline. Okay, for this last section, what we are going to do from this roll point on the head here is we're just going to elevate out a little bit. We're going to use a little bit of tension for that, and that is just going to allow the hair to gently like bend under through the bottom, which is naturally bending under anyway because of that zero tension technique. But now as we're getting up to the round, there's not much coming off here, so what we're going to do is rather than cut that here, yeah, we're just going to elevate that a little bit like this. Yeah, so we're still going to retain the weight through the front. See, we're elevating, so this is still coming straight from the head, it's not following this curve. Okay. You can see that, yeah? Nice. Elevate that out. When we pop our section in here, we have to like be mindful of the angle that we want to create. So there is the angle. This angle here will follow through here, and that will give us a really nice definition. So an extension of this, so what we would do, we would stand, instead of standing here, we would just like stand further around this way so that we're over directing towards ourselves and still keeping a square shape in our arms. Yeah, a little tap in here, and then there's obviously been shorter layers in here before, so with the shorter layers nothing is really coming off that bit, so that is alright. The angle here is a reference point for your angle here. Your angle here is also a reference point, so we want a really nice line that follows that, a nice continual gradual length here. This can be quite nice because this should sit on the shoulder, but the bit in front should just sit below the shoulder on this collarbone. Okay, and a little check that we do, we comb this all forward. So that is how I would approach a zero tension longer bob. It accounts for like volume in the hair, it accounts for this like swellage at the bottom, swellage? Swellage. Accounts for the swellage at the bottom, right? And it just allows us to extend the shape, keep a bit of length through the front. It's really classic, you know, it's quite an easy haircut, but the thing I'm showing is the fact that we're working on with the comb like this in zero tension and establishing our line that way, which can be a little bit tricky because it can be tempting to flatten it, but comb the hair side to side, bring it down, boom, zero tension, great. Yeah, stay safe out there. Remember, and wash your hands after you hit the subscribe button because you don't know who's been there before you, and I'll see you in the next video.